You didn't stop explaining because you became cold. You stopped because you noticed something disturbing. The more you explained, the more they argued, the more they questioned, the more they tried to correct you. And that's when it clicked. They weren't listening to understand you. They were listening to control you. So one day, you stopped explaining, and the reaction told you everything. People think stopping explanations is rude. It isn't. It's what happens when someone realizes that not everyone deserves access to their reasoning. You explain your choices to people who respect you. You defend your choices to people who don't. And once you see that difference, you can't unsee it. At first, explaining feels normal. Someone asks why. You answer, politely, carefully. But then you notice a pattern. You explain why you can't attend. They push back. You explain your decision. They dissect it. You explain your feelings. They debate them. No explanation is ever enough. Because the goal was never clarity. The goal was leverage. Every explanation gives them something to argue with, something to reframe, something to use to make you doubt yourself. And slowly, without realizing it, you stop making choices freely. You start preemptively building a defense case for your life. That's when explaining stops being communication and becomes submission. Then comes the moment that changes everything. They ask why, and you don't explain. You say, I've decided. I'm not available. I'm not discussing it. And watch what happens. They're not confused. They're angry. Because you didn't just refuse to explain. You removed their influence. The people who respected you adjust instantly. The people who relied on your explanations to feel powerful panic. That reaction tells you exactly who you've been dealing with. This is the hardest part, the guilt. You were taught that good people explain themselves. That maturity means transparency. That silence equals defensiveness. So when you stop explaining, it feels wrong. They reinforce it. I'm just trying to understand. Why are you being difficult? I deserve an explanation. But here's the truth most people never learn. You're not responsible for making everyone comfortable with your boundaries. The guilt isn't a signal you're doing something wrong. It's the withdrawal symptoms of breaking an old pattern. When you stop explaining, people reveal themselves fast. Respectful people say, okay, I trust you. Let me know if you want to talk. Controlling people escalate. That's not enough. You owe me. I don't accept that. Because your silence threatens their access. And sometimes the most intense reactions come from people you thought were safe. Family, partners, close friends. Not because you changed, but because they were comfortable when you had to justify yourself. After the guilt fades, something else appears. Clarity. You stop rehearsing arguments in your head. You stop anticipating objections. You stop living as if your choices require approval. You choose, and you move. The mental energy you used to spend explaining comes back to you. And for the first time, your decisions feel final. Not lonely, not cold, final. Here's what people who stop explaining understand. Explanations are for people who trust you, not for people who need to approve of you. Healthy relationships allow explanations, but don't demand them. Controlling relationships require explanations to maintain power. So when someone insists on knowing why, ask yourself, are they trying to understand me or trying to manage me? Only one deserves an answer. If you stopped explaining yourself, this isn't arrogance. It's awareness. You don't owe reasons for your no. You don't owe defenses for your choices. You don't owe access to your mind just because someone demands it. The right people trust you without explanations. The wrong people won't respect you even with them. And now you know the difference.